Ever wonder why ships and planes mysteriously vanish in the Bermuda Triangle? This enigmatic region, stretching between the points of Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, has been shrouded in mystery for centuries. A vast, treacherous expanse of ocean where navigation seems to play by its own rules. The Bermuda Triangle has become synonymous with vanishing vessels and disappearing aircraft, its stories echoing in the annals of nautical lore. From the ill-fated USS Cyclops, lost without a trace in 1918, to the infamous Flight 19 incident in 1945, where an entire squadron of bombers simply vanished, the Bermuda Triangle has been the subject of speculation and intrigue. Is it the playground of extraterrestrial beings, a portal to another dimension, or just a region with treacherous weather and magnetic anomalies? The theories are as varied as they are fascinating. Let's uncover the secrets of this infamous maritime mystery, starting from the very beginning. Our journey begins in the year 1918 with the disappearance of the USS Cyclops. The USS Cyclops was a collier ship of the United States Navy, one that played a significant role in the World War I efforts. It was massive, stretching over 500 feet long and capable of carrying more than 10,000 tons of cargo. In March of that fateful year, the Cyclops embarked on a routine voyage from the island of Barbados, headed for Baltimore, Maryland. The ship was laden with a heavy cargo of manganese ore, a critical resource used in steel production. Manganese ore was a precious cargo, particularly during the war years when steel was in high demand. The Cyclops was the only ship of its time capable of carrying such a weighty load. As the Cyclops set sail, the crew of 309 souls were unaware that this voyage would be their last. The ship was expected to arrive in Baltimore by March 13th, but it never did. What's more perplexing is that the Cyclops made no distress call, sent no messages, and left no indication of any trouble during its voyage. In the days and weeks that followed, an extensive search was conducted by the U.S. Navy. Ships combed the waters of the Atlantic. Aircraft flew over the sea, all in the hope of finding some trace of the Cyclops or its crew. Yet, no traces were ever found. Not a single piece of debris, not a lifeboat, not even a life jacket. It was as though the Cyclops had simply vanished into thin air. The disappearance of the USS Cyclops remains one of the greatest maritime mysteries of all time. It led to widespread speculation and became one of the incidents that fueled the legend of the Bermuda Triangle, the region where it was last reported. And just like that, the USS Cyclops vanished, leaving no trace behind. Fast forward to 1945, and we encounter the mystifying disappearance of Flight 19. This incident is perhaps one of the most infamous in the annals of Bermuda Triangle lore. On December 5, 1945, a squadron of 5 U.S. Navy Avenger torpedo bombers embarked on a routine training mission from the Naval Air Station Fort Lauderdale in Florida. Known as Flight 19, the squadron was led by Lieutenant Charles Taylor, an experienced pilot and war veteran. Along with him were 13 other crew members, all trained and capable. Their mission was simple: conduct a mock bombing run, then head east for a few miles, north for a few more, and finally return to base. The weather was clear and conditions were ideal for such a mission. However, as the hours passed, the base began to receive troubling transmissions. Taylor reported that his compasses were malfunctioning and that he was unsure of his location. Despite being over the open sea, Taylor was convinced they had somehow flown over the Florida Keys and were now over the Gulf of Mexico. He made the fateful decision to continue flying northeast, thinking he would eventually hit land, but land never came. As the transmissions became increasingly desperate, the base could only listen helplessly. The last message received was a chilling, static-filled voice saying, "We're entering white water, nothing seems right." And then, silence. Immediately, search and rescue teams were dispatched, including a Martin Mariner flying boat with 13 crew members aboard. Tragically, this rescue plane also disappeared without a trace. Over the following days, the largest air-sea search operation in history was launched, involving hundreds of ships and aircraft. But the efforts were in vain. Despite the clear weather and experienced pilots, Flight 19 had vanished without a trace. And even with the immense resources committed to the search, neither the planes nor the pilots were ever found. The mystery of Flight 19 continues to baffle investigators and fuel the legend of the Bermuda Triangle to this day. Even with extensive search efforts, neither the planes nor the pilots were ever found. The late 1940s weren't kind to the aviation world, especially in the Bermuda Triangle. As the world was trying to find its footing after World War II, the Bermuda Triangle seemed to be in a turmoil of its own. Its mysterious forces were at work once again, this time claiming two Tudor Nulfor aircraft operated by British South American Airways, the Star Aeriel and the Star Tiger. First, let's talk about the Star Tiger. It was January 1948, a time when aviation was still trying to push its boundaries. The Star Tiger was a symbol of this ambition, a shining beacon of progress. It took off from Santa Maria in the Azores, bound for Bermuda. However, it never reached its destination. No distress signals were sent, no wreckage found, nothing. The Star Tiger, along with its 29 passengers and crew, simply vanished into thin air. A year later, in January 1949, the Bermuda Triangle claimed another victim. The Star Aeriel, much like its ill-fated predecessor, was a Tudor IV aircraft. On a clear day, with perfect weather conditions, the Star Aeriel left Bermuda bound for Jamaica. The pilots reported in a routine message that all was well. But that was the last the world heard of the Star Aeriel. It disappeared without a trace, taking its crew and 13 passengers along with it. These back-to-back disappearances of the Star Aeriel and Star Tiger sent ripples of shock and disbelief through the aviation world. The Bermuda Triangle had claimed 2 more victims, and yet again, it offered no explanation. The British South American Airways was left reeling, and the world was left with more questions than answers. Despite extensive investigations and numerous theories, the fate of the Star Aeriel and Star Tiger remains a mystery to this day. No wreckage or remains have ever been found. It's as if the Bermuda Triangle opened up and swallowed these aircraft, never to release them again. Once again, the Bermuda Triangle kept its secrets well hidden, swallowing 2 more aircraft without a trace. So what could possibly explain these mysterious disappearances within the Bermuda Triangle? Diving into the realm of theories and explanations, we find a multitude of possibilities, each more intriguing than the last. Some propose that the Bermuda Triangle's mysteries may be a result of magnetic anomalies. This theory suggests that the area is a hotbed for magnetic variations that could potentially disrupt compass readings and navigational instruments, leading ships and planes off course. Imagine a pilot or a ship captain, confident in their direction, only to find themselves lost in the vast expanse of the Atlantic, all because their compass was leading them astray. A second theory revolves around the idea of underwater gas hydrates. These are essentially deposits of methane trapped within the seabed. When these hydrates destabilize, they can cause a massive release of gas, reducing the water's density. Ships passing over such an upsurge could suddenly lose buoyancy and sink without a trace. On the other hand, if this gas reaches the surface and is inhaled by a plane flying low, it could cause the engines to stall, leading to an untimely descent into the ocean. And then, there are those who believe in the more outlandish idea of extraterrestrial activity. Proponents of this theory suggest that the Bermuda Triangle might be a hotspot for UFO sightings or even a portal to another dimension. They argue that the inexplicable disappearances and the lack of wreckage could be due to alien abductions or transportation through a wormhole. And let's not forget the theory of rogue waves, enormous and unexpected walls of water that can reach up to 100 feet high. These transient monsters of the ocean could easily engulf a ship or knock a low-flying aircraft right out of the sky. While these theories offer potential explanations, the Bermuda Triangle remains a mystery. Regardless of which theory you lean towards, the Bermuda Triangle continues to baffle us with its enigmatic secrets, reminding us that there are still mysteries in the world that science has yet to unravel. The Bermuda Triangle, a name that sends chills down the spine of sailors and pilots alike. This enigmatic region, with its history of unexplained disappearances and strange occurrences, has been the subject of our exploration today. We've revisited some of the most notable incidents, like the disappearance of the USS Cyclops, a naval ship which vanished without a trace, taking with it all 309 crew members on board. Then there was the infamous Flight 19 incident, where 5 Navy bombers disappeared during a routine training mission. And who could forget the unsettling cases of the Star Aeriel and Star Tiger aircraft, which also fell victim to the triangle's baffling phenomena? We've also delved into various theories and explanations, from magnetic anomalies to extraterrestrial activity. Yet, as we conclude, the Bermuda Triangle remains a puzzle, its secrets veiled in deep ocean waters and cloud-cloaked skies. Until we unravel its mysteries, the Bermuda Triangle will continue to be a source of fascination and fear,